Thank you so much for joining us. I am so honored to be here at Francesco's in Maitland with Chef Francesco, one of my dearest friends, one of the men that I have so much respect for. And today we're going to do another edition of Gluten Free Unplugged. And as you know, Gluten Free Unplugged is where I visit restaurants and purveyors and venues that are not only in tune with what the gluten-free, gluten-intolerant, and the celiac community embraces because it will poison them. They embrace it, and they actually, thank you, and as you know, Kristen's here with me, moderating this whole thing, trying to wrangle me, which is not easy to do, and Chef knows as well. But we don't have George Henry today, so fortunately, she only has to wrangle me. So we embrace those restaurants, and we really do make them something that we want our clientele, our demographic to want to visit for all the right reasons. And we know that demographic has so many issues with restaurants that, and Chef can speak to this, that so many restaurants that either don't know what gluten-free is, they might not even know what gluten is. They might not know what celiac means, and they either are ignorant of it or they just don't care about it, which I've seen both. And thankfully, we're here embracing Francesco's because not only does he know what it is, he embraces it. So, Chef, talk to me a little bit about yourself.
First of all, I want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity. It's my honor to work with you. So I really appreciate it. Just me as a chef and all that and this wonderful opportunity. My name is Francesco. I was born and raised in Palermo, from Sicily. I came in to the United States in 1998, and that's my passion. It's also yours, cooking and make everybody happy. And like you just mentioned, gluten free. It's in those days, it's very, very, it's getting more out there. I mean, I think that's my personal opinion. Let's put it that way. I think the people before, they were just hiding that they were having this gluten-free.
I agree.
So what they were doing, they would stay home, cook for themselves, because they will feel safe.
Yes.
To stay home and cook for themselves.
And I know that many of our gluten-free clients, many of our celiac clients, just gave up, and they didn't go out because they either got lied to or they got poisoned or they got bad information, and it's so sad that that's the case.
All the above that you just mentioned, and even today, still happening. The people they asking us, not directly to me, but they're asking to my employee. You guys sure is everything safe? And of course, everything 100% safe over here. I even tell my guests to come over in the kitchen, and I'll show you, and I can show you. All the processing that we're doing, that I'm doing, or even my sous chefs they're doing. Because of course, everybody's in my restaurant, everybody's well trained.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I know that one of the things that we share is the fact that I know you were born in Palermo, and I know that you went to school there.
Yes, sir.
And you're clearly classically trained. I was classically trained in upstate New York in a small culinary college there. But we both grew up at the feet of our parents.
Yes, sir. Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
And I know so many, I'm honored to know so many great chefs. The one consistent factor is that they were all raised at the feet of their parents.
Yes, sir.
They didn't just decide at some point they wanted to be a chef.
No,
that doesn't happen.
No.
That doesn't happen. And I know I grew up at the foot of my mother, who I adore, and she taught me not just how to cook. She taught me about the passion of cooking. She also taught me some really interesting things about being a restaurant owner, or being a chef, or being a caterer, which is about productivity, which is about cost, which is about a lot of things that you don't really think about. And if you grow up like that, that's how you grow up. So I know your parents, I know your parents, and I know how involved they are in the restaurant. So tell me a little bit about how they're involved in the restaurant.
Well, when we talk about parents, there is a lot of good things we can say about them. And until
I have
today,
a lot of bad things I can say too, but we're going to talk about the good things.
Exactly. Let's forget about that. I'm very, till today, I'm very blessed. Actually, they're part of the successful on my business. They every day with me, working a lot of hours. So let's say the numbers, otherwise
they're down now. Okay, so just so you can't see, but the parents are social mediaing the hell out of this event right now. I'm just going to call it. And they're like, just mama's going nuts, and Papa is just, gives me the thumbs up. There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome.
They are very proud of the success of the business, and even together with them, also we'll be working on it and some gluten-free dessert. We already have all the ice cream and they're all gluten-free. We're working on something more than just ice cream.
That's awesome. And I know a little bit down on our cast, we're going to talk a little bit about desserts and different entrees. But I'd like to talk about why you're passionate about it. What makes that particular demographic important to you when honestly 50 to 75% of the restaurants out there don't care about it. So tell me why that is, because it's one of the things that you and I do together. So tell me why it's important.
Well, you just finish the conversation. They don't care. I do care. So that's the number one why I do that, because I do care about others. And like I said at the beginning of the conversation, if we go back 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I think they will stay home because they were afraid. They were like, they were thinking they were an extra person to the table because they had a special needs, if I can use the expression, so I do because I do care about them, and now they feel safe to go home. I mean, they feel safe to go out to the restaurant. Of course, I'm very sure that's their feeling. And the first time they come out and try their little scared, because I would be scared. I would too. And but as soon as they feel comfortable out of it, they come back and they come back.
And then they're friends.
And they're friends,
And that's one of the things that I love about this restaurant is you don't have guests, you don't have clients, you have friends.
No, I got friends, I got family.
And it's one of the things I've never said to you, but every time I've noticed that I've interchanged with you, which we have a lot, whenever you see somebody here, you say hello, friend. You always say hello, friend. And I love that. I think that's great. And it's sincere, and you own it. And I love that about it. And you want those clients to be friends as well.
Yes, well, like I say, I mean, everything the way I see it, that's the way I run my life. Everything is connected. I mean, we go back on the parents. That's the way how they teach me.
There you go.
Good
job, parents.
That's my house. My house is all my friend guest house.
Exactly. This is our home.
Yeah,
this is your home.
Yes.
So, because you're so passionate about your sourcing for foods, we have one of your guests, one of your friends, is here today. Will join us. Zach, so nice to see you. Thank you so much for not getting food all over you today. That's awesome. Did you check everything?
I got it right on my table.
All right, good. Zach had lunch today just before, because he had to eat because he's a giant growing boy. So
I am a giant.
He is a giant
A lot of meals. Mostly here.
So thank you for being not just a great source for Francesco, but a great source for Central Florida and all of Florida, really.
Right.
You guys provide an incredible amount of not just gluten-free, but organic, whole food stuff that you provide to all the restaurants around here. Can you give me a little bit about what you provide for chefs and what your passion is around the gluten-free celiac food?
Okay, well, Performance Food Group's been around for over 61 years and buying with Rome Foods. I mean, obviously, he's likes to make everything fresh. So we have a lot of items that we provide that he doesn't like to use because he wants to make everything fresh. Yep. But the gluten-free flour to make gluten-free pizzas, that's one of the biggest menus. Notice that on the floor on the way.
Yep.
Gluten-free penne pasta,
Yep.
calabrese that I think you might have seen earlier.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of these items that we just use because it's so important for customers to come here and say, okay, well, they're going to cater to me.
Yeah.
I've seen entire tables, not this restaurant, but other restaurants I've been with this company for over 5 years, get up and leave because one person can't have what they need.
And we've done that. We've done that at restaurants ourselves.
Correct.
So
it's our job to make sure that not only he is a customer, but his customers are happy.
Exactly.
So if it's becoming more of a fad or if it's a health issue, it's a situation we have to take care of.
Exactly. And I appreciate you, and I'm really glad you're here. I want to tell you publicly that I appreciate you as a company because you're embracing that as well, and you're recognizing that that's a real need. What I love about here is that he has numerous pastas that he can use. I make my own gluten-free flour. I make mostly my own gluten-free products.
Right.
And what I love about here is that he has a really good quality of gluten-free pasta where you can't tell the difference there. You cannot tell the difference. I have a rigatoni dish right here with gluten-free meatballs. Which, thank you, dear God, for making gluten-free meatballs. And you cannot tell the difference between that and for a celiac, a death dish.
Right.
You can't tell.
He takes his time.
He takes his time and he makes it right, and that's exactly what it is. So
Chef?
that's really awesome. Yes.
So they have over 15 gluten-free items on their menu. Just
Over
so you know.
15. Yeah, over 15.
Over 15 and I think another 15 more coming.
So
That's on right now. Now that's on. That's now on. So much.
Thank you for
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for providing that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so I got a couple questions.
Yes, sir.
I know you make everything here from sustainable, from local. You source local. You support local. I love all that. That's all of our brand as well. You even make your own mozzarella. Is that correct?
Yeah, it is correct. It's long processing.
It is.
It is.
It's a giant pain in the ass. I'm sorry, I'm going to yell. I'm going to say that word. It's a giant pain in the ass. Kristen and I talk about fresh mozzarella constantly because I love fresh mozzarella. It's a giant pain to make.
It is. It's a long processing, especially on the big quantity
That you use.
that I use. You know, and this one I gotta be honest. I got a big support of one more time of my parents.
Yes.
They're the one who share the recipe and they tell me how to do it. I gotta do it.
It's a thing, isn't it?
It is.
You know,
It
and
is.
you know how to make mozzarella. I know how to make mozzarella. It's like one of the simplest things you can make.
It is. If you know,
That turns out wrong so many times.
That's
It's like, why?
Well, because you know everything is based on the temperature, and timing,
Salt,
and
water,
and
where
you
do
know,
you get the water?
exactly. You know, you're a chef, and sometimes you step away for
2 minutes? No.
not even a second. I mean,
can't do it.
you know, and something went wrong, and that's when he started yelling and screaming, I guess.
And this is when Kristen tries to refocus me, which, bless her heart, she has to do a lot of times. Chef, are you making mozzarella? No. Yes, you are. Oh, crap, I am. Okay, so.
They can tell by the tone that we answer.
Exactly. So when you say from, hand to heart, hand with heart, you bring everything in locally, and you make it by hand with your heart. I love that phrase. I wish I had it. You own it. I already told you I won't steal it, but I do love it. So tell me what that means for you, because I know what it means to me when I watch you in your kitchen. But tell me what it means to you. How do you transcend that to your sous chefs, to your one cook?
It's not easy. You gotta find somebody, because at the end, the truth is, for sure, we love what we're doing. Like those young kids, we gotta make sure that this job, it's not about, it's a nice word. I'm a chef. This job is about really loving, having passion. Exactly like what we do. So, I really think when you love what you do, you have the passion for cooking, everything comes very, very easy. Because at the end, let's face it, we do 14, 15, 16 hours straight, and look like we work for half an hour. Because we love, we have the passion. So that's what I'm trying to teach all my own sous chef. So, the words, like I said, because you love it, and it comes out automatically. It's the pleasure.
That's awesome. So we have a couple of new gluten-free dishes that you're going to be offering that you haven't offered yet, which I'm really excited about. They're absolutely gorgeous. Our Kristen, our lovely moderator, and handler.
Those dishes are very, very simple. So like I said, that's the three creations that I just did in about 15, 20 minutes. But like I said, even with those dishes that you see over here, we can play around.
Yeah.
You know, even the salmon right there, just baked salmon.
Yeah.
With the nice and fresh organic lettuce that I just started also to them. It's 100% organic.
And we have we don't have the ability, unfortunately, to roam around the restaurant as much as I'd like because I'm not Guy Fieri. So we do have the blessing today of having Terry, world-class photographer, here with us today, who's took so many great photographs of this entire event that we're doing. And I'm so blessed that she's here because she really is a phenomenal world-class photographer. She's going to show you pictures in an album where Chef grows his own herbs. He grows his own lettuces. He grows his own greens for this dish. I literally watched him clip this piece of basil for this dish off of his plant. And I love that. And one of the things he told me just now is that he's now got basil plants at each of his tables. So there's fresh basil there. If you're sitting there, if Kristen and I were sitting there having dinner, and I wanted more basil, I could pick it right off, pour it off, and just add it myself. I've never been in an Italian restaurant where you can do that, ever. So that's a great touch, and that's wonderful. And that's where Fresh Sustainable comes from. And I'll tell all of my clientele one of the things I'm really excited about, which Chef is too humble to say, is that he doesn't have an upcharge for gluten-free people. He doesn't have an upcharge for celiac. He doesn't have an upcharge for anything. You're his guest. When you walk in that door right there, you're his guest. He doesn't say, oh, well, you have a peanut allergy. I'm charging you more. You're celiac. I'm charging you more. No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that. And I love that. And I can tell you right now, based on my experience, it's one of the few restaurants that does that. I don't blame them for doing it because it is more expensive. It is. And we can acknowledge that it is more expensive to buy a gluten-free pasta versus a regular pasta. It is more expensive to make gluten-free meatballs than it is to make regular meatballs. It's more expensive, yes. But he doesn't treat you like that. He's your guest. You're his guest.
Yes. I mean, you don't really say everything. So but I go back to what I said in the beginning. I want them to come out, enjoy, have a good time, enjoy the French, and those people that they don't need to think that they're going out and they cost them a fortune.
Yes, exactly.
They treat it like everybody else, and like I said, and then what's a couple dollars here and there,
There you go.
That's more important than having them as a loyal customer than having $2 more in my pocket.
Besides gluten-free clientele, besides celiac, besides dietary need people, this is one of the most fantastic Italian restaurants that you'll ever come to. And if you're not one of those dietary needs people, that's fine. Please come, because it is truly one of the most fantastic Italian restaurants in Central Florida, if not in most of the world that I've been to. So thank you for that, Chef. We have an offer we might want to have.
Well, I would like you to put the dishes up a little closer to the camera so that we could see
I
some
would
of
love
those.
Chef to explain the dishes. I know the salmon is pretty self-explanatory.
Okay.
So tell me about this.
This is a nice
Great
little grilled chicken.
Okay.
Topped with some bruschetta, red onions, and fresh tomatoes.
Very nice. The asparagus is gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful.
And
you have a really nice balsamic on it.
Yes, a nice reduction of balsamic, which of course is made in the house.
Gorgeous, and this is fresh cilantro and parsley from your garden, I assume.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
That's a nice and simple. Only thing we're asking our customers just to let us know they are gluten free, and we will take care of them 100% the right way. That's it.
That's delicious.
So when you come here, and I will say it for the you don't have to put it on me, for the servers, to help the servers, tell them if it's a preference or an allergy, because every restaurant we go to, we help train servers to ask that question. Is it a preference? Is it an allergy? It's not going to cost you any more money. It's not going to cost you anything. Please just tell them. So help the kitchen help you. Yes. And it is an important distinction.
And then can we see the meatballs? Oh, I'm
Yes,
sorry. Can we see the
let's see the
meatballs up
meatballs,
close?
yeah.
Because you can't get gluten-free meatballs anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere
And they're
else.
delicious.
You cannot get gluten-free meatballs anywhere else. These are, okay, and I'm going to say it even though it really pains me. These gluten-free meatballs are better than my meatballs. It pains me to say that. I'm not going to tell you. I'm sure you know that.
These are pretty amazing.
They're pretty damn amazing. And,
yeah, these
and
are
they
good.
really are fantastic meatballs. He makes them. There's love in the meatballs. I'm just going to say there's love in the meatballs.
That's the secret. Yes.
Right?
Am
I right?
That's
what it is. There's going to be some white wine that's going to be. I don't know what's in here, but there's some serious love in these meatballs. And I love these better than regular meatballs. The pasta, you'll never know it's not gluten-free. I would just order it gluten-free just because it's better for you. But I love that. But one of my favorite things about this restaurant are these awesome plates that he has. I don't know what these plates cost him, but I know when someone breaks one, someone has a minute. I'm sure that happens.
Well,
I think that's right. Don't break the plate. This is not free. This is not OPA.
Esatto.
Right? No, OPA. No, do not break these plates. They've got to cost a fortune.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
And one of the things, sorry, I dropped my meat.
We got meat
It
now.
happens. I dropped my meat. So, to throw out to Roma and Performance Foods, which I love, is that not only are they catering to this demographic, they're actually labeling everything. Lactose-free, gluten-free. So these are the products that he now feels safe that he's putting in his products. He knows that they're good and they're safe and his clients are going to be okay. So I love that. So thank you, Zach, for that. Appreciate that.
That's another thing about Roma food. I gotta tell you, one thing about Roma food, it's they're really working with me very well, as they know what I'm looking for, and even if they're gonna never run out and start, they're shopping for me.
Yeah,
and they're sending
awesome.
people over. I gotta tell you,
That's awesome.
I'm very happy with them.
They are. They're a great purveyor, and I'm proud that you have them as that. And they really are awesome, and they really do care, and it's obvious that they care.
Can you guys talk a little bit about your pizzas? Because you have gluten-free pizzas, and they are so amazing. There's lots of chains that offer gluten-free pizza, but I would so much rather come here any day of the week to eat your pizza over the mass chain offerings. So maybe talk a little bit about what goes into them, why they're so good, all that good stuff.
Gluten-free pizza.
Well, I mean, it's a blend. Let's put it. It's a blended. Why it's so good? I mean, of course, I'm using the top flour. Of course, like I said, Roma supply me the fresh mozzarella.
Yes.
And also my oven. I think it does also.
Yeah, let's see this
I wish
oven.
we could get it. I don't know how far that thing reaches, but I would love to.
If Bob, you'd get out of the way, we can see the
All
oven.
right, you got the oven?
Yes.
If you could see this though. Oh man,
Yeah.
live. Can I move it over?
Okay, take it
Oh,
with you.
all right, we're going mobile. CB's going mobile.
That's as far as you can go.
Oh, that's as far as we can go.
Tilt it.
That's sucky.
There, no, that's good.
There we go.
Okay, whoa.
Whoa. So, it's a gorgeous oven. Tell me about the oven, Chef.
Well, it reaches the temperature of 750 degrees.
Oh my God.
It does both, like you can see, it does gas, and also we can start with wood, like in Italy we do. But so it's giving extra beautiful flavor, and then, like I say, cooks and melts the mozzarella right there. So So when you have the pizzas,
So when you have a gluten-free pizza, so we can make our people feel safe, right? Is this the
No.
you're gonna use?
No.
Why is that, Chef?
We're going different. Now we talk about cross-contamination.
Exactly.
We don't do that. That's one thing I want to say also. That's why sometimes most all the time when we care about knowing if it's preference or allergy, because like I said, there is a process.
Because that's different.
It's completely different. And like I said, now we gotta start clean up. We gotta go in the back to get the stuff, because of course, one thing is we cannot keep it, like you just mentioned, we cannot keep everything over here.
No, of course not.
So we storage in a different place. So sometimes when thank God, I'm blessed. I got a wonderful business, successful business. So when we are busy, maybe sometimes we'll be running behind the 5-10 minutes, depends how busy we are, because like I said, we gotta make sure that everything is the right way. Because like I said, we care. When I say we, it's not just me, because all my employees, they know how much personal I care. And I love people that work for me since I opened, and they know the way I am. That's why my employees that communicated with the guests very well. So we are quite a bit busy tonight, so please don't mind if you take 5 to 10 minutes. But
Yeah, and I find that most of that demographic understands that and actually appreciates that, because if you were to bring out, we've had this happen. Chris and I have had this happen where a gluten-free dish came out in like 2 minutes. And we're like, yeah, a little bit worried about that. Yeah, a little bit worried about that. So I think that when you tell them up front, when you educate them, you say, is this a preference or an allergy? They give you an honest answer, and you say right out of the gate, okay, you know that's going to take just a few more minutes, and I'm sorry about that, but we're going to want to make sure you're safe.
correct.
And they get that. They would rather sit there and have a glass of wine or a beer and relax and know that their meal is going to be safe.
I agree everything that you're saying. You know, they don't mind at all. At least
No, they
all
don't
my
mind
guests,
at all.
they don't mind.
I agree. I've never found a celiac or a gluten-free person who minded waiting.
No, my guests they know already, because like I said, I'm open for 4 years almost, and they know my routine.
Yep.
Or they eat, or what you say, or the food that got there first, or I prefer cooking them for the last.
Yes.
Because like I said,
Yep.
I gotta be safe 100%.
Yes,
Yes, I gotta be safe 100%.
That's perfect. That's perfect. Well, Chef, I can't tell you how blessed and honored I am to have been here with you today. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. One of my dearest.
I want to know about
we have
dessert.
more stuff.
Yeah,
we have
don't.
more stuff.
Yeah, don't. They're not
Let us
ending.
wrap up.
No.
They
Come
won't.
on, you're
Desserts.
shorting us on value
No,
here. I
I'm
want to know about the dessert.
Okay, well, the one thing these two chefs will never do is short you on value.
All right.
So
Sweets.
desserts,
Yes,
desserts and sweets
I know
dolce.
it's special.
I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
There is a gluten-free lady finger product available.
I know
see,
that.
this is a surprise. I told you I had
I
some
know.
surprises. I told you I did.
No.
There is actually a really good
Look,
lady finger gluten-free product available. That's
that
the
okay?
only thing in your
Is that a
tiramisu.
typo? You mean?
look, what did I put?
My suggestion, and I hope you'll
Let's
embrace,
see that.
is that you do individual tiramisu for people who are gluten-free. So you don't have to make a giant thing. You don't have to do a whole thing, because I know food waste and I know all that. But I think there's a way that you could create an individual tiramisu with gluten-free ladyfingers with the rest of what you make, which is phenomenal. And I'm going to challenge you to do that.
I will do so.
There you go.
You will be my
So,
judge.
you will be the only Italian restaurant with a gluten-free tiramisu. How would you like to do that?
I will love it.
Okay, let's talk about current dessert offerings.
Okay,
So what do you got currently?
Like I said, I don't know. Chef Bob over here, he gave me wonderful news. I didn't know, and I don't know if I got to blame Roma as a joke.
We're looking at Roman now.
Nice.
It's about ready to kill himself.
Right.
Yes.
But
Good
thank
job.
you, Chef.
Good job.
Thank you, Chef. And definitely, I will take it a challenge. Right now, like I say, as a dessert, as a dolce, the only gluten free that we have is all flavor of ice cream. So we can go with the hazelnuts, strawberry, blackberry, vanilla. I mean, all you mentioned that we have. Back on my parents, they got 1,000 different flavors of the gelato. Like I mentioned to you, like before you mentioned to me about the ladyfingers, we're working on making more gluten-free dessert.
I know that's an
And I was working on it. I mean, and unfortunately, as of today, I don't have it because I'm still working on it. I'm working on it. And you know how hard it is to come up with the 100% gluten-free, making sure that the flour is right, or this one is right, and it's nice to go shopping individually for each ingredient that we're going to put on the cake. So I think that we should be.
Forget it again.
I think I should be ready by June 1st. Because this month for me it's busy between the Mother's Day, graduation, the private party. So I'm quite a bit busy for this month. But starting June 1st, I will be able to come up with a new gluten-free dessert. But now all the gelato, they are gluten-free. So.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited to source you since Roma. Yeah.
He's not here right now. Thank God.
Which is good.
That's
Which
good.
is good. Yeah, he's gonna hate that I just said.
What's happening?
Nothing. We're good. Everything's fine.
Do I need to get back on
No,
camera?
you're fine. You're
I
fine.
will.
Yeah. Only if you can produce a gluten-free ladyfinger.
I'm gonna come up with it as soon as I can.
Well, if you want to walk around on camera and tell me you can. That's what I thought.
You got me.
You know, we got flour. Hi, we're back. Apparently, we lost our feed, and I'm sorry about that. But I did want to just wrap it up. And again, thanks, Chef Francesco, so much for honoring us with being here today, and for all the things he does, not just for those dietary needs people, but for also all the people that just come here because they just love good Italian food. And I love that. Thank you for having us here, Chef.
Like I said, Chef, thank you. It's my
Let them know where you're located.
We will.
I'm located at 400 South Orlando Avenue in Maitland.
Perfect.
I think if somebody comes in, how about this, Chef? How about if somebody comes in the next, say, 30 days or so, and they say, you know what, we saw your blouse, we saw your feet, we saw your something. How about a free glass of wine?
Deal.
Deal?
Deal.
Deal. There it is.
Thank you, Chef.
Get a free glass of wine. Come on in. If you don't get it, I'm gonna. So come on in, and that'll be awesome. And
Please do.
thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all your input. Thank you so much for all your look. We didn't even get to see all the live chat, but there's so much chatter out there. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
Everybody have a blessed day.